can type whatever I'm saying. You can type.
Yeah, sir. Anyone says
Yeah, then
something?
you also need to understand. You have to understand and type. So you
Yes,
did understand the concept.
yes, sir. We have to load now only now, sir. So we have to first of all create a property. After that, we have to load them.
Right. But what you will load?
Uh, we load that the proper
I
text file, sir. Any using the file input stream in here, here you have to place some text file which contain data, and we have to
Yeah,
load
that's
that.
what. Can you write? Everybody will see what you will do. Just you type and show.
Okay, sir. I have I have a doubt, sir.
Hmm.
I have to create any text files.
Hmm. You don't need to create a text file. Just you can pass any name, no problem.
In that parenthesis, sir.
Yes. So others can help him.
Okay, sir.
So you all together you do this and see what you're doing. So others tell him like if he does a mistake, so where he has to declare the field. So it's declaring if it is fine, okay, anywhere it's fine. If it is allowed there, it is fine.
Sir, what the steps to, sir? How to import that property, sir?
Yeah, others can help him.
Savita.
proper P continue properties of then create a
Usually
file.
you point on the first one. So you said properties P, right? There you point there it is
It
showing.
is caps.
Yes, yes, no problem, it will show. Ah, yeah. No, yeah, otherwise it will show you change to something. Yeah, now you have to point on that name only,
Okay.
the class
Prop
name. Ah, like that. So
Syntax.
now what you'll do is instead of P, you call it as default.
What's sir instead of P? Oh, okay, sir. Default.
still it's showing errors.
So default P, say default P.
Default PS, sir.
Mm.
Syntax error on tokens.
So see whether you have put semicolon or not at the end.
Yes, sir. I placed it.
So there is colon, huh?
Semicolon, sir. Not colon.
Semicolon only, right?
Yes, sir.
Proper
Maybe I've done some other class name. COLL, correct? That one.
Yes, sir.
Properties is correct only, sir.
Class name. What is class name?
Sir, collection short form
So your
collection.
file name and class name are same, right?
Ah, yes,
Uh,
sir.
And then you have to put C capital. Class name. First name should be capital, first letter.
sir, it's small.
But that should not be a problem. Okay. Property. Then maybe you have to mistake any other line.
Inside any other line, sir. What?
Package.
Otherwise, save it. Control S.
Sir,
I
Saved
will
it, right?
I will create a new Java class, sir.
No, no, you save this one only. No problem. Not saved, na?
Yes, sir. ಇಲ್ಲ already it's saved, I think so.
save.
No, no.
No.
If it is saved, now it is saved. Okay. Now we have created a default object. Now use it in the.
Now
Can we
also,
use this object in the main method?
Use this object in main method, sir. Okay.
Hmm.
yes, it is outside the main.
Hmm?
Mm, outside the main method.
No, what I am
Any method
saying.
in
Hmm.
want to present it is like a field, sir.
Yes. That's why I'm asking whether it can be used in the main method.
It's not showing.
File input stream cannot be
You
resolved.
know what I'm saying is
Name
keep the,
variable name is not file.
keep the properties object outside the main method.
What, Savita? What you told?
File input stream variable name is not there.
No, no, what I'm asking is put the properties outside the main method only.
Main method.
Okay.
Okay. So now what I'm asking is this accessible in the main method?
Yes, sir.
So everybody say,
Sir, now also it's showing some error, sir. File input
no,
stream.
no, my question, that's a problem. So you consider my question. What I'm asking is the properties object we declared outside the main method, is it accessible in the main method?
Yeah, sir. We can.
So you have after string array also you didn't give the space. You see the main method parameter.
Sir, I will do one thing, sir. I will on that any desk. You will control that laptop.
No, that is not important. That's not important. Huh? No, no, no. Should be able to correct the problems in this one. We don't want new. So that is what program about. Not that we want a clean program. So somebody can give you a program like that. They can ask you to fix the problem. So what I'm asking is, so everybody see the main method, what he wrote in the parameter. Is that correct?
Parameter string.
Hmm. After string array,
Uh,
what is missing? I did
parameter.
not see that.
Sir,
If people read that in the what is the parameter of the main method, what he wrote. I can read
uh,
what is the
arguments.
String array,
huh?
String array, sir.
string array,
The thing only string array. After that, nothing.
Void is
string,
What happened here? Now to use you're not. It's not visible for you.
visible, sir.
Then why you're not able to read completely the first line? Main method. What is it?
Public static void main string of space is want to have a sir.
mm,
See,
argument,
after going through so many things, now you cannot ask me that question. So after data type, if you write a variable name, don't you need space? Huh?
Yes, sir.
sir.
You don't have such doubt. So you can see above also, how he declared the thing, data type, and then immediately he give the field name, right? He gave some space or
Yes.
not.
Yes,
And
sir. We give sir. We
then
concentrate
immediately,
on properties, so forget to see that, sir.
everything is a problem. Everything you have to concentrate.
Okay, sir.
So it's not about that. I'm asking you just read it now. If you are not reading. So after string
Okay.
array, there is the arg parameter. So in between space be given. So
Okay, sir.
what I am asking now is the question is the properties object declared outside the main method, is it accessible in the main method or not?
Mm. Yes, sir. By creating file inputs.
So what about you, Pavitra and Vanati?
Sir, it is accessible, sir.
Why it is accessible?
Sir,
Why it is accessible?
mm, because it is global, sir.
Okay, Savita, can you tell? So she's not able to explain that. So why is accessible in main method?
Um, Sir, field can be accessible by all methods in the class, sir.
Yes, that is correct. So the statement is correct. So Vanati, so any field, any variable declared within the class and outside the method, you can see that default P and then LI test.
Yes,
All
sir.
these are declared
Yes, sir.
outside the main method or any, it's not there in any method. So can you tell me what you call such variables?
Um, global variable, sir.
No, they are called fields, just as you told, right? They are class fields.
Okay. Okay,
So
sir.
anything you write within the method, they are not fields. So the basic
Mm,
entities of a class are fields and methods, and also have a constructor. Okay.
okay, sir.
So the
Okay, sir.
first three things you wrote, they are in blue color. So did you ever think why
Mm,
blue color? Because they are special. So they are called fields. They are outside the method. And I think
Okay, sir.
2 days back I told you that the fields can be accessible in all the methods of the class. Did I tell you or not? Do you remember?
yes, sir.
So that is the reason it's telling it's accessible in the main method. So do you agree?
Okay, sir.
Do you agree? I'm asking.
Yes, sir.
You also agree? So, but I disagree with you because this is a static method. Main method is a static method. So generally, static methods to call static methods, you don't need object, right? Any class
Mm.
that method can be. How can you call that method? Yesterday I
By
told you
using class. Okay.
by using class names. Yesterday using the collection dot sort, right? We are not creating object of the class collections and directly you're calling the sort method using collections dot sort, right?
Yes, sir.
So, Manati, can you tell me the meaning of that? What is collections dot sort means? So, what is the class
Um,
name? What is the method name?
Collection is class name, sir.
Collections is the class name. Okay.
Class name. Sort is method name, sir.
Sort is method name. So,
Call
why,
the method. Calling the sort method.
how we are able to call sort without, generally we need object, right? So, that means what is an
Yes,
object, do you
sir.
know? What is object of a class?
Sir.
How we can create?
Mm.
So, Mani, can you tell how we can create
New
object of a class?
Uh, sir,
constructor, sir.
Oh, she's telling, I think one is telling, huh? Okay, tell
yes.
me.
By using constructor, sir.
Constructor and also new operator. You can see the for li object how it is created. It said new array
Yes,
list.
sir.
So that array
Yes, sir.
list is the constructor, new is the operator. So then you can create
Yes,
an
sir.
object. But calling start
Mm.
method without creating object like that, right?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Directly you're using the class name. So
Mm.
how when you can do like that?
Using a new keyword with the const.
So new is to create, money you're not understanding. New is to create the object.
Yeah.
My question is how you are able to access the sort method. I'm asking once again. First, let me ask her.
Okay.
Anati, so here you're not creating object, right, of collection.
Yes, sir.
Still, we
Yes,
are
sir.
able to call the method sort, right?
Um, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How is that possible?
Because it is static method, sir.
Hmm. So now you got it.
Mm.
So
Yes, sir.
collection is the class, sort is the method. You are calling the sort method
Mm.
by specifying the class name. So it's a member of
Yes,
the
sir.
class. That's why you're using the dot. Collections dot.
Mm.
So here also he created a static method called main. So now Java runtime it can call this main method without creating object of which class?
Collection.
Mm.
Not collection here. COLL, right? So the main method is
Mm.
present in the class.
POLL.
Which class?
COL.
COLL. So when you execute the program, what happens is Java runtime will call the main method without creating object of the class COLL. That is why we create
Oh,
static methods. So that
okay, sir.
this thing everybody is clear, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So what is the static method and what is the use? How we can static. Okay. Now what is done? He has created a field properties. So now here what are static fields in this class?
List and
List
set.
and set.
Yes.
LI test.
Right test. So money, just don't tell what she's telling. You also need to think now. Not list now. You wrote the variable field name LI, right?
Right, sir.
Can you tell money? Can you tell the field names here?
Sorry, LI and test, sir.
Only two fields you are seeing.
No, sir. Other also there, but it is not static. No, sir.
So I just asked just now asked you what are the field names. Tell
Okay,
the
sir.
field names.
LI test default P, sir.
Okay. So Vanati, what are the static fields there here?
Static fields. LI test, sir.
Hmm. And what about default P?
Default field.
Hmm.
Default P, sir.
Hmm. Is it static field?
Sir.
Is it static field?
No, sir.
So that means you have two static fields and one non-static field, right?
Yes, sir.
So maybe now you guys forgot this that any static method can access only static fields of the class. So this method main is declared in this particular class only, right? This main belongs to COLL class, and these fields also belong to COLL class. Any static method can access. So now
Static field.
you are calling, you are using the test or a directory, right? You are not creating any object or a class. Directly you are using them because main method is present in the same class, right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So within a class, when a method is accessing a field of the same class, it is not accessing any field of like file input stream object or that. It is accessing the fields of the same class. So when thing like static can access, Savita will tell you.
Sir, tell me once. Here, break, sir.
Just now you were telling something, no? Static method.
Sir, what is the question I'm asking, sir? Here, some disturbance, so I can't hear. What, sir?
Static method
I didn't ask
access
the
only.
question, just about static method you were telling something just now.
Static method can access only the static field, sir.
That's what I'm asking. So,
Okay, sir.
he's telling right, static method can access only static field. So now, Vanati, so the main method can access which field?
LI and test, sir.
Hmm. That's what that earlier. This was my question. So, but it
Oh,
was saying can access default field. So that is
okay.
wrong because it's a non-static field. Main method cannot access default field. So
Yes, sir.
now he made it
Stat.
static. Okay.
Okay, sir.
And now if you want to see also, if you remove static, it will show compilation error. So now I think his problem is you didn't specify a variable. Specify a variable there.
There, sir.
Can you guys correct him? What is the problem with them?
File input stream space variable name. Good.
Yeah, sir. I forgot that. What name? Money.
I think you all need to share one by one your screens every day.
Okay, sir.
then you will learn.
Equal to new file input string.
No, actually variable name should not start with the capital letter.
Yep.
Okay, sir.
So why you are taking so much time to give a name? You can say FIS something. FIS you give.
FIF, sir.
Yep.
FIS. Okay, now what is the problem? It quickly fix the problem. Others also actually participate and fix the problem. Na?
Sir, you want to import us, sir?
You should not ask me. You try to fix it.
Can want to give properties file as sir. I want to create.
The money, listen to other what they're saying
Yeah,
and
sir.
fix it.
I am listening only.
Is equal to new file.
Yeah, this is problem. File descriptor or string or a file name is to give, sir.
So one of the what you want to pass here?
Sir,
Hmm.
We have to pass here the text file, sir.
Hmm.
properties object, sir. Properties file, sir.
And money, why you are taking time? What is the problem for you?
What, sir? We have to place there a text
Why you are
file.
taking so much time?
Okay.
Hmm?
So we have to create a
So she
text.
told the answer, no? What is why? No need, I told you, right, already.
Anything that properties. Something like application dot properties.
There are.
Give as input to file. Then also the error is
Once again, so Vanati, so what is the mistake you
Sir,
have done? So why it is showing like that?
properties. We should pass properties object first, sir.
Yeah, you type properties also, right? So
insert
what is the actual mistake?
double quote.
No, no, I'm asking them.
Mm.
Money, you can fix the problem. Why it is throwing the error?
Mm.
Application cannot be resolved to variable.
So file put, what is the parameter you have to pass? Tell the data type.
Okay, sir.
What data type we need to pass to
String,
file input stream
string
object?
or file descriptor.
String, yeah.
File
So how we can string in?
Mm. Double quotes, sir. With double quotes. Within double quotes.
Then tell loudly, I will understand.
Okay, sir. String are using double quotes.
Give the
So give default properties.
Default, sir.
Hmm. Money, you are taking too much time and doing unnecessary mistake. So what we told is, the others can correct one thing. You can correct him.
Sir,
What he has to type?
default dot properties within double quotes.
That's all. She told, no, what is the problem?
Okay, sir.
Dot properties.
Default dot properties.
So how much ever you learn, right? Unless you practice, you won't get. Like this, you have to practice every day. Simple program also, then you will understand.
Use double quotes.
Double
Money,
quotes.
what is the mistake you have done?
Even I don't know,
Still,
sir.
it is not. Uh,
Never closed.
and now, Savita, can you fix this problem? So what is the error? 1 second, 1 second. Show it to everybody. No, don't just fix. Yes. So if you have fixed
File.
it, then tell to Pavitra also what you have done here.
Sir, I'm adding a throws declare file not found.
Hmm. So Savita, can you explain?
Sir, this file is not there, sir, so it's throwing file not found exception.
You wrong. Anybody else? Manasi understood the exception here.
No, sir.
They were not there in the exception handling class. So thing here is,
Yes, sir. The file is not there now. So we have
File.
to throw some exception. So we have to throw some file not found exception.
both of you are wrong. You didn't remember the class properly. Thing
Sir,
is, I know you can tell now.
sir, if the file is not found to handle that exception, it throws file
Hmm.
not found.
So what happens is whenever we are defining a method, for example, file input stream constructor is there. There itself, they in the method definition, they might have already have the statement that it throws file not found exception. Otherwise, in the in that their code, they might have thrown that somewhere they might have thrown the file not found exception. So why throwing it is, you told that case, right? What if this file does not exist? So in that case, that exception should be thrown. That's why they have declared that. So now compiler doesn't know whether this file is present or not. That is doesn't matter. So if this constructor is throwing the file not found exception, then what shall happen here? If file input stream constructor is throwing the file not found exception, then at this point what should happen in the main in this main method?
It's
Savita,
Sir, it will handle.
so file input stream constructor in the definition they are throwing the file not found exception. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Now we are calling the constructor, right?
Okay, sir.
Amati understood, no?
Yes, sir.
Uh,
So actually what is happening
it
is that in the definition of file input stream constructor, you know what is definition?
definition is the written body of the methods. We write.
No, I'm asking Manasi actually. Manasi,
Okay,
do you know what is definition?
Sir, commonly you are asking, sir.
A method definition means what?
Um, some function is in it, sir.
For example, if you see the main method here, main whatever you wrote, and braces have started, left brace, and within braces he wrote the code. So this is called definition of main method.
yes,
Okay,
yes, sir.
and we are calling add method here, right? Test dot add. That is calling. We are calling the add method.
Mm.
And what is definition now? Can you tell?
Um, set of instructions, sir.
The code actually. So the definition means if you're writing is whatever what code should be executed when you call that method. So you write it somewhere.
Sir.
That is called method definition. So while creating this constructor, new file, so file input stream constructor will also have some definition. So if that in the definition, if they will have this statement that it will throw the file not found exception. So that means in some cases, whenever the file is not present like that, it is possible that that constructor will throw file not found exception. So when in the definition they are mentioned like that, then here you are calling, right? What you are doing here, file input stream, you are calling or defining
Calling, sir.
that constructor. You are calling. So somewhere it is defined and you are calling it here. And if that constructor is throwing the exception, what should you do here? So I think Sarita will tell about or Mani will tell about that. So if exception is thrown by that constructor, what we should do here?
Handle that, sir. Using catch block.
What is the other way? What if you are not handling?
Simply throw.
Okay, correct.
So other that's what now he has done. What in the main method definition, instead of handling this exception, he just said
Throw exception.
he just throws. Not throw, he's saying throws. So definition is saying again this method can throw the file not found exception because he is not handling that exception using the try catch block. So now it's clear, right? Why we are saying throws file not found.
Yes, sir.
So this is not because only in the runtime it will know whether that file is present or not. So now compiler doesn't know. So if you are thinking that compiler knows that default property is present or not, it doesn't know it. It only knows that this constructor should be given a string parameter. So you are given the string parameter. So compiler will check only that thing. Only in the runtime when it is linking that file to this constructor or it's in the constructor when it is running the code, then it will check whether this file exists or not, and it will throw the file not found exception if file is not present. So then it will throw. Now it is not thrown. Just that this is the rule. That if that call is making some, if that is in the definition, they have throw statement. That's why we have to handle or use the throw statement again. That is the thing. And now he has created the file input stream object. So now I want to create the default properties object. How you create? So already you have some default tree object. Now
Default
what you
P
will do? Hmm.
default P dot load the FIS object, file input stream object.
Unhandled exception type of file.
IO exception.
So we have to import.
Help him, man. What you are doing others?
Okay.
Unhandled throw. Yes.
Next, what you have to do? So same thing. Yeah, just now we got the problem for file input stream. Again, load method. This in the definition also they are throwing the IO exception.
Exception.
So that again he has thrown that also. So now tell me here. Now we are seeing only throws IO exception, not file not found exception. Why? In the
Because
main method definition, now we are only throws IO exception.
IO exception is a
Okay?
base class for all the exception.
Wow, super. So, so Varati, that is the thing. IO
Okay.
exception is a class.
Yes, sir.
Exceptions are also class. The IO exception is class. It is parent or not parent. That's why when you say throws IO exception,
Ah,
it will be subclasses also. So we
okay,
will not
sir.
say separately, not found exception and also IO exception. In case we have two different
Okay.
exceptions, we will mention in the throws block here, in the throws statement.
Sir.
In case I have two different exceptions, to be thrown by this method, I will in the throws statement.
Using
Now
comma
let
and
us assume that IO thrown exception is not subclass of IO exception. Then how we will mention them here?
sir, instead of IO exception, if in case any
With
exception is there,
comma.
we have to.
No, let us assume that IO thrown exception is not second class of IO exception. And how you will be mentioning?
Using
By using
comma and
comma, separate.
Yes, that's correct. So I will say throws IO exception, comma, file not found. Here there is showing multiple exceptions to write separated by comma. Okay, but in this case, file not found exception is subclass of IO. That's why you have put only one exception. Okay, now you have loaded the file using file input stream. So, so now what is ready?
properties is ready.
After loading, what is ready now?
Properties is ready. Properties is loaded.
Huh?
Property
To load it to what?
to properties objects.
What is that object name?
Default P.
That you have to tell.
Okay.
So now default P is ready. That object is ready. And it has all the contents of
Properties.
the default
Default
property
properties.
file. What is typing again?
Sir, next thing is after that we have.
So now what I'm telling you is, so now you have created an object.
Yeah, sir.
So generally, if there is any default properties, we create a properties object like this, and then this properties object can be used to create some other properties object. So application properties. So one object is ready. Now we want to create application properties. What it will do is, it will take the default properties and they will be used if any of the properties present here are not there in its file. So it also can load some other file actually. So you will create application properties object and it can use the default properties and also it can load some other properties file into it. Now it can override using the set property, it can override only the properties file that it has loaded to itself.
Mm.
So similar to default properties file, you can have file name called application.properties. So that properties file will be loaded to application properties object.
Okay.
And the application properties object will also will be created using the this default properties object. So it cannot override the default properties file, but it can only override the application.properties file. But all the properties, the default properties as well as any files in the any properties in the application properties, all of them will be available to which object?
Properties object.
No, no, it should not say like that. What is that properties object name?
Default default P.
No, no, that is wrong. So
Mm,
what I'm saying is default P is already created.
Yeah.
okay.
Now we create application P. Create new
Mm,
properties object now.
yes, sir. I have known property subject. Okay, sir.
You got it now?
Yes, sir.
So now we can explain to them. Samhita will explain you what is application properties. So how it can be created.
Application P equal to new properties of caps. Here
So
are
you should
caps.
not
Okay, okay, I know.
create the object there because
Okay.
no, no, you just declare that. Don't just declare, but don't create the object.
Okay. Equal to new properties of not common.
Hmm.
Simply put semicolon after application P.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay, now the property default is ready, right? Using that we create the application properties.
by
So where you will write that?
application inside after default P inside the
Hmm.
method.
Here only no.
Ah, application P dot load.
No, no, not load. For load, you use the file, right? You want to
Okay.
use that default key
Set
object.
property, yes, sir.
So first of all, you cannot say dot because as of now, you didn't create the object itself, right?
Sir.
It's just declare. Declaration is different from the creating the object. So when we can say the object is created,
And by using the new constructor.
then he has not yet done right.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So what?
Application by loading the application P to default P, yes, sir. Mm,
Yes.
default P dot load.
No, no, no. There is a constructor similar to new properties. It has a overload version that will take the another properties object. Already you have one properties object default P.
Yes, sir.
Use that and create the application P.
Mm,
So
default P
Vanati,
dot.
can you tell how to create application P now? Application P has declared, you have to use the new operator and create the properties object now. Application P equals to,
New application
so
P
Vanati,
is
can you
equal
tell
to
application P equals to,
a new cell. No
you write money. Just tell
application P
Vanati.
equal to
Okay.
Here, sir.
And
no
doc.
no
Vanati will tell you.
no inside the
Application,
method main method.
Inside the main method. Okay.
Am I right, sir?
I tell.
A new application P, yes, sir.
New, what you will
And
write generally? New, after new money, you can tell.
properties
After new, can you write what you will generally write?
Actually, same as it is in left side.
Huh?
constructor, sir.
Yes, yes. Application fee
Yes.
is not a constructor, right? So
Yes, sir.
constructor of which class will get? So constructors will have same as
Properties.
class name, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
How can you write application P as the constructor? There is no class name called application P, right?
Property of a set.
New COLL.
Mm-hmm.
Properties.
Yeah. Kavita can tell actually. I want you guys to tell. So
Okay,
one
sir.
thing you can tell. Application P equals to new.
New COLL, sir.
No, no. You want to. What is the type of application P? What is the data
Uh,
type? You can see
string,
above
sir.
method.
String,
Application
sir.
P is a variable, right? Or is a field of type what?
String.
String.
Money, you tell what is the data type of application P.
String, sir.
Huh?
String, sir.
Why you are writing generic there? No, no, I'm asking what is the data type of application. We don't understand what is the data type.
Yeah, sir. Data type. I know, sir. String, I think.
What is the data type of application P?
String, sir.
It's already declared there. No, can't you see what is declared? Application P.
Property, sir. We declared.
So, Vanati, you understand what is a declaration?
Yes, sir.
Declaration means you will write data type and the field name or a variable name.
Yes, sir.
Application P is a field. Data type is
Properties.
hmm.
Yes, sir.
So if you don't understand these things, no use of doing the advanced things, right? So first you
Yes,
understand
sir.
this one. The field or a variable is declared like this: data type and the field name. So it is already
Okay, sir.
declared here.
Yes, sir.
So then now in the new operator, what constructor will use? The new operator.
Properties, sir.
Okay. So properties has a overload version
Mm.
to pass objects also. That's what I want you to use here. So this is here, money, you wrote properties here. How many parameters you are passing?
Uh,
Can we pass parameters to a constructor?
yeah, sir. Three, I think. Here, properties are
We
three, sir.
pass, we
First,
pass
five.
any parameters here?
No,
No,
sir.
no, answer my question. Did you pass any constructor here? Did you pass any parameters to this constructor?
No, sir.
No, sir.
So now what I want you to do is, there is some other overload for this properties constructor. Use that one and pass the already created properties object to this constructor. Did you understand one thing?
Sir. No,
So
sir.
what I'm saying, tell him to pass the already created properties object, that is
Okay,
default
sir.
P, right? To
Okay,
this
sir.
constructor, to the properties as one other constructor which accepts
Mm.
properties object. But you have one property object already created. Now what is that?
Default P.
Diff.
Default piece, sir.
So property constructor accepts the
I don't want to.
properties object also. So now can we pause here or not?
Yes, sir.
Then tell do that. How you tell it?
Uh, Put the default P inside new properties of.
Mm.
Don't want to create another line.
default p dot properties.
No, that's a default piece enough. Don't no quotation. It's not
One second,
string.
one second, Savita. Anati will tell. 1 second. 1 second. So,
Okay.
Anati, can you correct him?
Sorry, sir.
What is the
Sir,
mistake he has done?
we should specify
So,
some
he's
name.
creating new properties object
Yes, sir.
using default. So, any
Yes, sir.
mistake he has just
Sir, object
not he has
name, sir.
done. Ah,
Name for new object.
so it is suggesting, right?
No.
Money, in the suggestion, you can see the suggestion there. You got the autofill suggestion, right? That you observe what they're saying.
What's he saying? I can't clearly hear that.
No, no, actually, Eclipse itself gave you suggestion. He
Yes,
didn't
sir.
read it properly. So, okay. Vanati, tell him what he has to type.
Inside the parenthesis, default p.
Hmm.
Then give some name for
Not
new
is
object.
the mistake.
We should give some name for new object. Application p. Then give some name.
No, that you already given. No? You already gave that. And that's what he is signing now. New properties object. So the mistake he has done is in the name of the existing object.
Oh,
If
yes,
you
sir.
read the
Capital P.
suggestion.
Capital P.
Hmm.
Default P. Capital P.
Shit.
That's all. Okay. Whenever typing the name, you have to type exactly
Yes, sir.
because it is case sensitive. That is the mistake. So now what we have done is, now you understood, right, what we are
Yes, sir.
doing.
Yes, sir.
We have loaded the default file to the default P object, and then we are using that object to create another properties object.
So we have
Now
to
what happens? You understood? So why we have done like that? You understood?
yes, sir. Like
So by seeing this constructor, what you will understand? Application P equals to new properties default P. Anati, can you tell what you understood by seeing this line?
So we have created a new object using existing object.
Then what is that?
sir, can I tell?
What application P will have? Yeah, you tell, man.
Sir, default p values also copied to the application p, sir.
Right. So now default P has some values that it got from the file default properties. So now these values are available for application P.
Okay, sir.
So now something like you can say application P dot get property, and you can mention any property that is already present in that default properties file. Understood, right?
Okay, sir.
So though you didn't load that default dot properties file to application P, still you can use them. That is the advantage of this. But what I'm saying is, how can we modify the default dot properties file using the default P object? Yesterday I told you. Do you remember?
Using set
Default properties. First you no don't type. So first you can set the property using the default P object dot set property, and then if you say save, that properties object that file itself will be saved the new value. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Understood, right, everybody?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So that is about the save method, but here application P is not loaded using the default file. That's why application P cannot over any do the make changes to the default file, but it can use the properties. Understood?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So what it can change is application property. So now what you have to do, application p dot load, you type that application
Okay.
p. If he does any mistakes, you guys tell him. What is error? Manati, you tell him what is the mistake is. Correct only, no?
Again, can you
Type
tell?
Correct.
dot
Dot
application p dot get.
load.
Key value.
Manati, you tell him what you have to do.
Sir, we have to load us, sir.
Yes, tell him, tell him.
Application p dot load of default p. Right, sir? No. Application p dot load.
Tell him loudly now why you are telling slowly.
Sir, here set property will not come, sir.
No, you tell him, no.
Money,
Yeah.
don't use set property method.
Okay.
Simply application dot p dot use load method. P dot load of default p, sir.
No, okay. Now what you guys have to do is here, like default properties, there will be some other file also called application.properties.
Yeah.
Okay. So now how can you load the application properties to the application P object? So I understood my question.
Yes, sir.
So there is another file called application.properties where you will have your own values for the application properties. So same name can be, for example, user.name. User.name present in the default property. Some value will be there. By default, there is a value called Ravi. User.name equals to Ravi. Now in the application properties, you will have something like username equals to money. Okay. So now we want to load application properties to the this object. So how can we do that?
Sir, may I? Sir?
Hmm. Yeah.
Sir, by creating file input stream again and give the
Yeah.
application.
Vanati, now you understood how you have to do.
Sir, no, sir.
Okay. Tell her again, Savita.
Create again creating the file input stream object for application that properties
Oh,
file.
okay.
Then pass that file input stream to
Load
application
method.
P.
So what you guys have to understand here is
Load.
always load takes only the input stream object, not the file name,
Yes,
right?
sir.
So then what you
Oh,
have to do is to create a file input stream object using the application properties. So if you want, instead of declaring like that, is it possible to directly write in the load method parameter itself everything?
Mm,
Money, when you
by
write,
using the constructor new
you can directly also write without declaring DIS.
Yes, sir.
new
Yeah.
file input stream of application that properties in
Okay.
load method.
Okay, sir.
oh,
So this is also one way. If you are not using that variable again and again, then you can directly also, okay, Vanati, if you have understood, tell him what he has to do there. In the load parameter, what he has to type?
a new file input stream.
Mm.
Mm. New
Tell him
file
how
input.
to else it.
New,
You can copy na.
no FIS. Inside load method.
Load parameter. So load parameter, uh, money, you
Yes,
told
sir.
FIS something else she is telling. Do that what
One
she is telling.
Yes, sir. Come on, one of these.
inside the parenthesis, type a new file stream.
He can copy also. He can copy that line. He already
Copy this
typed, right?
This one
a new
also.
file input stream. Yeah. Mm.
What can I do?
Give it as a load parameter. Yeah, inside the parenthesis. Mm.
So this.
Right. So why you have left space there in the load parameter?
Sir, it's already cut copy paste
No,
no, sir.
no, delete that parameter. Okay. So now you guys understood, right? What we are doing. So we have
Yes, sir.
created a file. So money, especially you understood here this line.
Yes, sir. Already again
This
creating the file inside that load, sir. Okay.
we are not creating a file. We are creating file input stream object using that file, new file. So now that properties, what happens now because of this line?
All are comes under the application properties.
They're coming under application P. Now what happens is, in case the same property is present in the default properties also, then when application P gets that property, this new value will come.
Yes, sir. Inside the application properties, it's also come under default properties. Values also come under the application P.
Yes, so Vanati, can you explain this?
Sir,
Whatever just now I told, right? Can you explain that about
sir,
get property?
yes, sir, application property and the default type properties, sir.
Mm.
All the properties under those will come under application piece, sir.
Okay, and that's not the thing I told. Just now I told something else. Money, can you tell?
Yes, sir. The both properties are comes under the application P object.
We can change, sir. Change.
That's correct. Actually, one way you are correct that now this application P can access both the default properties as well as application properties.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So, but if there is any property which is same in both the files, for example, user.name is there.
Okay, sir.
Then in the default, they said user.name is Ravi. Whereas in the application properties, if they say user.name is Savita, then what happens is when you say application p dot get property user dot name, then which value will come?
Both, sir.
Savita.
Application.
Yes.
Yes,
So
sir.
that is the thing. So you can explain him now.
Yes, sir. I know.
You also understood?
Yes, sir. Application P has only the application properties. No, it's corrected. I
No,
mean,
no. Actually, Vanti has understood. She will tell you now. You tell him.
Sir, application P will access the newly updated value, sir.
Right.
If
So if there is
that is same,
any property which is same in both the files, then this new file will be given priority
okay, sir.
because the application P object has both the properties, but there is one property which is same in both the files, but values are different. So now this new value will be taken priority. Application properties will be taken priority.
yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
another point is application properties only it can application P can modify which properties?
Application properties.
Only application properties. It cannot modify the
Default property.
Default.
default properties. So default properties always remain the same.
Okay, sir.
You can modify default properties. If you modify using the default P object, then it is possible. But usually, we don't modify the default properties. Only application properties will be modified, if at all to be modified, using the application P object. So this
Okay,
is the
sir.
concept generally used. That there will be some default properties, they will never be modified. Only in the externally in the file name, maybe directly anytime you can modify, but usually application take that as default, create a application properties object, and then load your application properties in a different file. And any modifications if you want to do only for the application properties, not for the default one. To
Okay.
achieve that, this is the method. You understood, right? All the concept here.
Yes, sir.
So why we are doing like this is, generally different application might have different properties, but there are some default properties. So those default properties generally will be specified in different file called default.properties, and they will be loaded for any application using this constructor. And applications can have their own properties specified in the application.properties file. Understood, right? So now, for example, different application might have different properties. It can be properties also or values also different. So only those properties they will specify in the application properties, and all the common properties for all the applications they can be specified in which file?
Default properties, sir.
Default properties. So that's how default properties are shared by all the applications, and in application properties will be mentioning their own specific properties.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, that's all for today. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Okay,
you,
sir.
sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
Thank you, sir.
bye.